Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Bork. In today's video, we'll be covering Konosuba Fantastic Days. This is a JP client. Global release is on August 19th. We're just going to be going over some beginner stuff, so let's go ahead and jump right into this. So quickly looking over this is going to be your player level, and that dictates what content that you can tackle. This is going to be your stamina. Just note that you can watch an ad to get more stamina. You can refresh with jewels or the meat or ham that they provide you. This is going to be the quest section right here, and then this section right here is going to be your dailies. As you can see, you can get free stamina throughout the day, very similar to Princess Connect, where if you log in during certain times of the day, you'll essentially be able to claim free stamina. So make sure to log in every single day during a certain time period so you can get some free stuff. Not to mention, I guess you can watch some ads in order to get some jewels. We're not going to be doing that. Let's jump right here into the main quest or the main adventure mode and show you guys some gameplay on how this game is essentially going to be working. It's very similar to Princess Connect, which I feel like a lot of people will enjoy because a lot of y'all like Princess Connect. So briefly looking over this is going to be like your main team right here. You can only have 3 slots, but once I hit rank 8, I will be able to have 5 characters. And then you can see here, this is going to be like the sub slot. Just note what's important here is that if you have similar characters, so for example, this is Darkness, right? If you put another copy of Darkness, it's a plus 10% bonus, but if you were to put another character, no bonuses whatsoever. So it's very advantageous that you get, I guess, similar draws of the character. So for example, you can see here, the same character, Iris, there is an Iris dupe on her or an Iris extra like version of her. You're gonna want multiple versions of like one character. But let's go ahead and show you the gameplay like we've been talking about. So there's a couple of elements in this game. The biggest ones is like, you know, water, fire, grass, earth, and I believe lightning. Those are like all the different ones. And then you have your standard darkness and light at the very end. We'll show what that looks like, you know, on other stuff where we can get a better grasp on the character. But let's go ahead and turn off this section right here. There is an auto and 2x speed instantly available as soon as you start the game. What's really nice is even though there is an auto feature, you can actually use the skills for the individual characters. So you can see it says okay right here. So you can essentially tap the skills and you can be like, all right, I want them to use these abilities. Let's say you don't want to heal yet and you just want to do a basic attack, and that's how it goes, right? This is if you're playing on manual. Just note that whenever it hits okay, that's essentially when you can do an attack, and this gauge will essentially keep rotating, and this will determine whether you want to do your skills or not. And I guess this is a more efficient way instead of just relying on auto. But at the beginning parts of the game, you don't really have to touch this. But just note there's this blue bar right here, and this is, I guess you would say, a TP gauge in Princess Connect terms. But just note that you would essentially time these attacks, all right? So let's go ahead and just do some of our attacks right here. And just note that what's funny is Darkness, she will actually miss all of her attacks, or she has a very high chance of missing her attack. So it's very similar, paying homage to the anime, right? So what's really cool is you can actually cast certain skills after the blue bar is hit max. I can't cast this specific skill yet because it wasn't for her in particular, and I guess we're not going to be able to cast this skill right here because we defeated the enemy. But let's go ahead and run another stage so y'all can see that. But that's how you can play the game essentially on manual, and there is definitely advantages to it. And the only reason why we didn't get 3 crowns, I'm assuming, is because we took a little bit too long in order to complete the stage. But there's other factors such as like survivability and everything, but everyone survived, so that's a non-issue. And just note that we actually got a free character from this stage. You get free 1-star characters as you are progressing through the game, which is really nice because essentially you will get 1 copy of every single character absolutely for free, which I think everyone appreciates. But just know it's just like their 1-star version. And you can see we're actually going to be getting another copy of Iris on this stage, I believe. So this time we're just going to play the game on auto because personally I don't really need to try on these particular stages, but I'm pretty sure in order to maximize the game, you're going to want to time the heals, you're going to want to manage your defense breaks and all the different things, because this game does have, like, I guess its complexity when you're fighting bosses during the arena mode, and the arena mode essentially is just a giant boss fight. So that's going to be really fun to participate in, and there's no actual like arena where you're fighting actual characters, you're just fighting bosses throughout this game. So there's no real like PvP element, there's just leaderboards in this game. But I guess depending on how you look, player versus player, I guess you could say a leaderboard is like PvP, but not really in my eyes. So as you can see here, we're essentially eliminating the opponents. I think we're just way too strong in order to cast the ult. The reason why I want you guys to see an ult is because the ults in this game actually look really nice. There's actually an animation that will play depending if any, oh, okay, you get to see it here. There you go. Darkness like runs in there screaming, saying, everyone hit me. But just note that's just going to be a self buff right there, and the enemy doesn't last. As long as you guys can see that there is an animation in this this game. There is a pretty decent budget. There is voice lines for all the different characters, and that's the part that I really wanted to talk about, because Konosuba to me doesn't feel like a cheap game. If it was a cheap game, they wouldn't have voice acted everything, they wouldn't have done animations, they wouldn't have put such polish and, you know, essentially colorful flavor to the game. And that's where I think Konosuba is going to shine, is because of the fact that it's a little bit better polished than most other gacha games that release of this factor. So let's go ahead and continue jumping through the game, and don't worry about these loading screens, it's mostly because I'm on a VPN. This is going to be your dungeon section. So this is going to be like gold farming. What's really nice about these stages is that it does not cost any stamina whatsoever. It's similar to the fact in Princess Connect where you get 2 free runs per day, and essentially you can tackle harder stages as you are able to throughout the day. So you only get 2 runs. Eventually you're going to unlock the hardest difficulty, which is going to be this area right here, but for now I can't do it. But just note, there is going to be like, this is the EXP potion sort of stage, this is going to be another resource, and this is going to be another resource. You don't really want to do these other ones because essentially if you tackle them, it's going to cost a massive amount of stamina, and ideally in the beginning game you should be using all of your stamina within the main quest, all right? Because this main quest is going to be your main bread and butter. You want to get to level 10 as soon as possible, because as soon as you unlock level 10, you're going to be unlocking the arena, and then once you unlock the arena, you can essentially complete all of your dailies, and that will give you 50 quartz per day, and you just want that 50 quartz in order to do more summons. So in case you're wondering what is arena, arena is this section right here. I have to be level 10. I didn't unlock it yet, just so you guys can see it, and just note that this has to be unlocked at rank 6, and this is another factor that will be unlocked at rank 35. So now that you guys know that, this is going to be like the story section. You can essentially watch story for folks, and you will get quartz, as you can see right here. So we get 30 quartz for watching the story. Very similar to Princess Connect. Like, this whole UI reminds me of Princess Connect. This is going to be like your upgrading section. So let's say I want to upgrade Iris right here, or let's say I want to upgrade Aqua. Then I slam some potions in, and they will be level 12 now after I click this button right here. But we're not going to level Aqua because I don't really use her, even if she's in the sub slot. And then here's going to be summons. By the way, I'm pretty sure you can upgrade the folks in the sub slot. They just give you more stats. For now, we're just going to play it by ear. And then finally, this is going to be like the settings area where you can be like, all right, I'm going to tweak like the sound, turn off animations and all that stuff. Feels like a good adaptation of Konosuba. It doesn't feel cheap whatsoever. I think the part that really gravitates towards me is like, you don't really need to pay to play in this game, just because of the fact that you're only participating in a PvE leaderboard arena section. And not to mention, I appreciate the fact that, you know, they let you watch ads, and you don't have to watch ads whatsoever. You can just completely reject it, and they're not throwing packs at my face saying like, hey, you know, purchase this in order to get a certain character. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the summons right here so you can get an idea of everything. So just note, the only difference between the premium banner, which is this one, and the normal banner is the normal banner has 3,000 cost for the actual banners in order to summon ones, and then the premium banners only cost 2,000. If you look at the actual rates, it's all the same. It's going to be 4%. So you can see right here, it's 4%. Similar sort of like additions with all the different characters. And if you jump over here and you check the rates again on this icon, you will see that it's also 4%. So there's no difference between the two gachas, like as far as rates go, which is really cool. It's just that in case you purchase premium currency, it will cost you 2,000 gems, but it doesn't really matter, because if you're going to be using 3,000 free gems, you're just going to be using 3,000 free gems, and people who buy premium gems will just buy premium gems. Like, most players just won't be buying, you know, limited currency. I think this is just sort of similar to how the fact that you can do one pull with like the premium currency, and you can see I don't have any premium currency. It's asking for 100. Is this something to take into account in case you're trying to look at the gacha from, you know, a premium perspective? But let's go ahead and do the summons right here. And just note that you should be doing multis in this game. You shouldn't be doing singles, because the singles don't guarantee you a 3-star and above. All right, so that's one thing to note, or essentially higher rarity characters. But I guess if you want to pull in that section, you can. And we'll actually show like the different animations. We do not get a 4-star in this one, but we managed to snag a 2-star. The lamps will essentially glow, and these are going to be the ones that we pulled. You can see like they're gold, and that's how you know like they're going to be a higher rarity, and it's going to essentially play like the different cards that we obtained. And if we actually obtain a different character, oh, that was really cute. I guess that's like Kid Megamine. They will show you the animation of like a character being like, hey, it's nice to meet you. Ooh, she looks pretty cool too. Let's go ahead and just go through this. And as far as like the loading screens and stuff goes, don't really worry about that. I'm on a VPN client, so that's why it's a little bit slower. I'm sure if you play this on your phone, it'll be much faster and much crisper. I can't play like the global version because I don't live in Australia, entirely and stuff. But as you can see here, it's doing the thing where it's introducing the characters, and it's like, hey, you know, it's nice to meet you for the first time, this, that, and the third. I like how she has a different outfit on. She has like the ninja costume, I guess. And what's really cool is you can actually outfit the characters with different costumes. So it's just showcasing that you can wear that specific costume. And we can do another poll right here. So let's go ahead and go for it. Hopefully we get a 4-star this round. There's going to be 4% rates, which is actually good for base rates because most games are either 2%, 2.5%. There's not a lot of games that are 4% rates. Usually the highest rates are 5%. So this is just going to be another guaranteed 2-star. So no rainbow for us. The lamps didn't shine. And just note that this was a multi, so that's why it's a guaranteed 2-star or 3-star and above. I believe these golds are going to be 3-star and above. So it's just going through the animations and stuff. I really like the way the game is presented because there's a lot of animations. There's definitely care put into the game. It does not feel lazy because one of the things that I look out for in like these animation, like sort of translated gachas is if there's no live 2D, if everything just feels sort of dead, there's no like actual voice acting and all that stuff, there's no real reason to call it a quality gacha. But this one definitely tries to be that. And as you can see, we have some pity right there built up, 20 out of 250. And I am guessing this is going to be the 4-star ticket that we got earlier. That was given to us via the mail. And let's go ahead and just claim that really quick so you guys can see. Actual 4-star animation looks like from here. You can see like the lamps are glowing and stuff. Very nice right there. And let's see who's going to be the character that we are going to be getting. I'm hoping it's going to be Melissa. That's definitely not Melissa. Who is this going to be? This is going to be some character that I'm not sure the name of. All right, she's pretty cool, I guess. 3 4-stars are very nice. And just note 4 stars are going to be the highest rarity for this game. And let's go ahead and jump into other things really quick just so you guys can see it. So I put some notes here. I'll leave the Google spreadsheets. Here's going to be the different ranks that you want to essentially achieve. And you want to push player rank 10 as soon as possible so you can get your 50 free quartz for the day. This is going to be an overview on some characters. Just note that you're going to want Melissa. This is going to be her because she's going to be reducing one's enemy's non-physical damage and physical defense for 1 turn. Mostly it's a defense break character, and she's going to be very good in arena, not specifically for story mode, mostly for arena, so you can deal high damage to those bosses. All right, because arena is just a boss mode. Here's going to be like the 4-star confirmation as we talked about earlier. As you can see, the like lamps are glowing and stuff. And then just note that there are some things where, for example, Aqua cannot deal damage to the giant toad. You can see the differences in damage where she dealt 15 to this monster, 773 to another monster. Darkness has low accuracy, so she's never going to be able to hit anything. Just note if you pull a darkness and you're like, oh my god, she's the best, but in actuality she will miss everything. So you can see she has 10 dexterity or 10 accuracy, whereas this character that we pulled earlier has 73, so they're going to be hitting many more times than, you know, darkness, right? The very key to the anime. And another thing here is that Richie or Rithi, I forget her name, it's supposed to be like a play on liches, right? Whenever she does recovery skills, just note that she cannot be healed. She will actually take damage, and essentially I think the only way to heal her is doing like negative status effects. So just don't pair her with a healer. All right, that's like the thing to take note of. And Megumin, whenever she does explosion, she will be passing out on the fight, or she will essentially be incapacitated for a turn. So even though she's going to be a highly rated character, she is going to be a one-shot wonder, and you're not going to be able to essentially spam her explosion skill. And there's going to be other things in the game. I'll leave more information in the Google spreadsheets. I like how this gacha is very true to the anime, and I think it's going to be a treat for everyone to try. But anyways, if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. This game is very similar to Princess Connect. I cannot wait to try it out and see it on global. Also, once we hit 27,500 subs, we're doing a giveaway. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a fantastic day, and hopefully I see you in the next one.